Okay, now we have the claim, evidence, reasoning on the number cube, and now you've looked at the name cube. So the name cube is there's a lot more patterns there. Remember, I do not want you to look at the numbers at all, but only the names and what they have in them. So there's a lot of information there. I'm going to give you an example about how to write some patterns for the gender of the name. Now, when we made the cubes, I want you to keep in mind, I know that names don't have a specific gender usually, so I know that some names can be both genders, and that's okay. For the purposes of this exercise here, we're going to try to just say, well, these are usually male names or female names, and go from there. Okay, so this is what the box we had. I'm going to start off by saying, well, I want you to make a claim on the bottom of the box being a boy's name or a girl's name. And so based on the evidence from the box, the bottom of the box should be, and you can say what you think it should be. And then here are some patterns that give us support for this claim. So there's patterns that support this. And then we have our if-then statement. So remember, if one side is this, then the opposite side is this. So in this case, we have if one side was male, then the opposite side was generally a female and female's name. And so what are some examples? So you give specific examples. And actually, if you can use the names that are on the box, that helps with the examples. That strengthens your evidence. So you say, if, for example, the front of the box, the name was Alma, which is usually a female name. The back of the box, in this case, was Alfred, usually a male name. Another example is one side of the box, the right side was Rob, a male name. Then the left side was Roberta, a female name. If you actually give the sides of the boxes that they're on and the actual names, that really strengthens your evidence. You don't just say, well, one side was female and one side was male. That doesn't give any specificity toward your evidence. So the more specific examples you can give, the better your evidence is. Then we get to our reasoning. Well, what tells us the bottom is going to be this? I saw that the top was this. So since the top of the box had Frank, which is normally a male name, then it makes sense that the bottom should be a female's name. Don't predict the name, just stick with your claim. Don't go extra beyond that. I don't want you to try to stick in extra things because that's going to clutter it up. That's going to make it even harder to write. Okay, so now it's your turn. You're going to go through the same process, and you have two options here. The first option is write a pattern and a CER on the colors of the names. What did you see with the colors of the names? The other option is write a pattern that describes the first letter of the names. What did you see what pattern did you see with the first letters of the names? And then write a CpER on the bottom of the box on your option. Don't go beyond that. Don't try to figure out what the name is. I don't want you to do that. That's too much. It's going to clutter it. Stick with just that claim. All right. Good luck.